You're a parent and exhaustion pretty much comes with that, doesn't it? But actually, sometimes it can be more challenging than others. And in today's mini masterclass, we're looking at parenting when you're exhausted. Now, just being tired comes with just being a parent. I mean, that's just part of it. But there are certain times that are more exhausting than others. If your child is going through a sleep regression, or they're not sleeping great, they're unwell, you just have a lot happening in your life and sleep is impacted, and then you still have to be up many times during the night. You may still have to be going to work. You still have to be doing parenting. You still have to do everything that you need to do every single day. And that can be so challenging. And parenting whilst you're exhausted is such a challenge. So I've got a few little tips here that can help you if you are trying to parent when you're exhausted. So let's start. Number one, lower your expectations. So when you're going through this period of just exhaustion due to whatever, it doesn't matter the reason why, just lower your expectations. And that may be that you are not going to be necessarily be planning on cooking everything from scratch. You may be not necessarily trying to get out doing some super fun things every single day. Lower your expectations. Give yourself a bit of a break, and just this too will pass, so don't worry too much. If you have support, then grab it and ask for it. Now, your friends and your family, they want to help you. Now, remember when you had your baby and you had your friends and family and said, if there's anything I can do to help, just give me a shout. Now is the time to shout. Now is the time to call them in. And that could be for any number of reasons. It could be that you'd just like them to bring you some milk because you're out of milk and it's just going to be too much to get everybody in the car, get out just to get some milk. So asking somebody to bring you some milk. It could be that you would like somebody to just mind the kids while you just take a little bit of a break. Not necessarily a nap, but just a little bit of a break. Even if it is just for 30 minutes. That you could have then that time alone, that could be a huge help. But do ask for help from your village, even if your village is just a tiny little village and there's only 1 or 2 people. Ask for help because your friends and family really do want to help you out. Now, this is just going to seem really, really wrong. You're exhausted. You may not be sleeping great. And now I'm going to suggest that you get up even earlier. That does not sound fun in any way, but honestly, having that little bit of alone time can make a huge difference to your day. So if you're able to get up, even if it is just 10 minutes before everybody else, and you're able to have that little bit of alone time before everybody else is up, that can make your day feel really, really different. And as parents as well, we have that tendency to, once everybody has finally got down to bed and we've then got on with everything that needed to be done in the house, we do have that tendency to stay up that little bit too late, cutting into our sleep time just to get that alone time. And I get it, I've totally done the same. But actually, if you can get a little bit of that alone time in the morning, even if it's just that 10, 15, 20 minutes, can really make your day feel so much more manageable and so much easier that you're then not looking for so much of that alone time in the evening. And then you may be able to feel that you can get to bed just a little bit earlier and then catching up on a little bit more sleep. Now, I know this is going to, of course, an early night. Let's have an early night. An early night, of course, is going to help you get a little bit caught up on sleep. But I know how hard this is to do. Once everybody has got to bed and you've done everything in the house that needs to be doing, you just want to have that little bit of downtime where you can just read a book, watch some TV, do whatever. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. And we all crave to have that. And it is something that is really, really important to us as human beings and to our identity. But actually, we have a tendency to stay up a little bit too late when we do this. And so getting an early night every once in a while can really, really help you just get caught up on a little bit more sleep. It is not something that you need to do every single night. You may have one night a week that you are going to go down to bed, and in my house we call it a stupidly early night, and it's one night a week that you are going to get your stupidly early night, and you may be going down as soon as your kids are down to bed, you've done everything that needs doing, you are going to then get down to bed. And that can just make you feel so much different for the next day and the day after that and the day after that. Put your phone down. Not right now, but in that evening time. Put your phone down. Stop doing that doom scrolling that we have a tendency to do. It's really actually hard to just unwind and to slow down when we're just constantly being bombarded with everything from the internet and on our phone. So actually put the phone down and have some time away from that in the evening time when the kids are napping, when you're even just kind of sat in the car, even just having just a little bit of a break from that doom scrolling on your phone can make a huge difference to you. And just know that this too will pass. It really will. Things are going to change. Your child will start sleeping better. They're going to get through that regression. Those teeth will come through. Whatever is happening in your life is all going to change, and it is not always going to be like this. Right now, this is where we are, and managing it as best you can. It's all going to change. And remember, when things are challenging, it is not always going to be this way. On the flip side, when things are going great, try to enjoy, because it is not always going to be this way. Right now, you are in this season, which is a little bit more challenging because you're exhausted. It is all going to change. I promise.